Riftwalker Sideras was the one that Lothraxion had left behind and Arator was healing.
At your word.
We struck the blow against the void that we had hoped, but the cost, and you ask, tell me about Hieron, who was the one who died to save the others. None of us had much chance to exchange names or pleasantries, did we? Hieron lost his life at Obscurion Citadel. His sacrifice saved lives, mine and Maella's included. Arator sent you to find him, and he returned only with his journal. If I had to pick a word to describe Hieron, I'd call him reliable. He was always looking after others, especially Astre. They loved each other. So when you found him and he was dying, he said, tell Astre I'm sorry, I don't think I'll be back in time for tea. What we leave behind. Lothraxion deserved to pay for his arrogance with his life. Hieron didn't. Without him, I'd be dead. I know that Maella and Darkland feel the same way. Hieron's journal, the one he recovered for us, ended up with me. I knew Hieron, but Astra knew him better. The two of them had found a closeness I admired. Astra deserves to hold on to it. Last I saw Astra, Hieron was tending to their wounds back at Locust Point. You were there when Hieron passed. They should know of his heroism and sacrifice.
See you in the field.
And so we take a backpack. Hieron's belongings. His journal. This object can be read. It wasn't able to be read last time. And a worn envelope. Sealed and tucked between the pages of Hieron's journal like he'd been using it as a bookmark. Addressed to Sedona Dusk Spire in Silvermoon. Hieron's journal. You flip open the book and find a sealed envelope tucked between the pages of his journal. Seems like he'd been using it as a bookmark. 6 backpacks, 6 bedrolls, 60 chalk, 6 flints and tinder, 300 feet of rope, 6 grappling hooks, 3 pickaxes, 3 skinning knives, 50 pounds of pemmican, 10 dust torches, 12 water skins. Avoid sheltering in caves. We don't know enough about the fauna. I advise sheltering on high ground with tall stones to block line of sight of aerial predators. Draw on the excess void of this world when there are no other options. We only have a partial picture of the risks of its use. I've heard enough about Xalatath to wish to avoid her notice. Alright, let's go find Astra. Yeah, the last time we saw the two of them, Astra was badly wounded, and Hieron was healing him and making him rest. And that's why we had to get our report from other scouts, because they were both kind of occupied. So now it's time to discover if they were husbands or just platonic soulmates. We have found both in this game, and I love that. Oh, Aegea, do you have word from Hieron and the others? Riftblade Astra.
Hail, friend.
I've recovered some since we last parted ways here, but the whispers continue to plague me. They're insidious, torturing me with what I lack, how I've failed. And wait, is that... Where did you get that?
This is my path.
Astra accepts Hieron's journal and the letter with an empty and distant expression.
Let them witness us.
I see. Hieron is gone. And I find it interesting that the voice they give this man is a voice you hear in Shadowlands, specifically from the Venthyr, who are the vampire-coded race. His NPC text has changed to, "This mission was a mistake." Who is Hieron's letter addressed to? Just another arrogant blood elf in a city full of them. Sedona Duskspire, someone from Hieron's past. Hieron wrote that letter just before we came to Silvermoon. He told me he wanted to deliver it to her directly. He tried to before we stepped into the portal to Voidstorm. It doesn't matter now. Home, sweet grave.
Stay on your toes.
Astre spends a long time in silence thumbing through Hieron's journal. Killed on another world defending a city that didn't want him. There was so much we planned to do. Now... He trails off, eyes focusing on the journal's pages. Oh, the tea recipe that Hieron was telling me about. He was excited for its properties, called it a purgative for the soul. He never had a chance to brew it. I know it seems stupid, Aegea. I just want to taste Hieron's tea. The leaves should be nearby. Collect 8 ghostflower leaves around the base of Locust Point.
We decide our fate.
It's giving me Shadowlands flashbacks with this voice, y'all. Like a weed. Astra looks from Hieron's journal to the worn letter. Their expression flickers with anger. Blood elves. They were our people until we embraced the void. In their ignorance, they exiled us, yet they are happy to ask us to fight their battles for them. They say we threatened the Sunwell. The truth is they're afraid of us. Let's protect something of actual value. Kill any beast that threatened those flowers for Hieron's tea. Silvermoon can save itself. Kill wildlife around Locust Point.
I choose freedom. I choose the void.
Why couldn't the Blood Elves have just fought their own battle? Damn these whispers. Again, he's been having a hard time since he got here. And, now his husband isn't here to help. Oh, goodness. Alright, so... What's our range of area? Alright, let's get down here, and then we'll sweep up the valley. Demon Hunter that dies from fall damage is a mark of shame. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen, because if you double tap your spacebar, you're gonna have a hard time. Oh, y'all are physically big, but actually, you're reasonable health sized. Two predatory void sites. Too bad. I'm just gathering indigenous plants to make tea on a world where we probably shouldn't eat anything native to this place. But we also don't know if our friend plans on going back to Azeroth or not. Out of 8 for the flowers. we got avoidance, which is the thing that our delightful domanaar friend asked for. So that's 8 out of 8, but now we got another 30% of farm and brew. Eat a food while I hydrate. Remind you all to also hydrate and stretch if you've not done so in a while. Having a whole what is this moment. Oh, I think this is broken piping from the ethereals. From a distance it looks very strange.
Target something first. Hello, tiny friends.
Not skin. Get no soul fragments. 82%. Where are some of my bigger critters? 'Cause these are tiny friends. There's some larger friends. We just helped a very sad blood elf bury the equivalent of burying her human husband, and now we're dealing with two void elves grieving each other. Or one grieving the one that's gone. And you can see how he's still being affected by the void. He's literally like... You can hear it. It's fine.
Hail, friend.
Oh, and they're all gonna make tea.
Stay on your toes.
For the tea, ephemeral and fragrant, ghostflower leaves are pruned from matured ghostflower plants. Astre thumbs through Hieron's journal with a detached expression.
This is my path.
He says, I've got the kettle ready.
We decide our fate.
I'm not exactly sure how this tea is supposed to help, but I trust Hieron's notes.
I choose freedom. I choose the void.
Confronting it. I put the kettle on. I trust you to brew it if you wouldn't mind. It shouldn't take more than a moment before the tea's ready to drink. Let me try it first, just in case it's poisonous. I'm the one that asked to try it. Brew the Ghostflower Tea for Astre.
Let them witness us.
Why wasn't I there? All the times he was there for me. It's bitter, strong. Ugh. My head. Shade of grief was popped out of him and said, you are weak and now you are alone. Riftblade Astre says, that's my voice. What is this? Wait, get back here. So I guess we're gonna go see.
Everything has a price, if you are willing to pay it.
And what that reminds me of is earlier when we were dealing with the man who had missplit his shade. But then they ended up working together so that they weren't alone. This feels adjacent to that, if not the same thing. The Shade of Grief, who has knocked him silly, says you will never be strong enough. Takes you just as it took Hieron, and Riftblade Astre bamfed behind him and stabbed him and said, Hieron is gone, but I'm still here, and clearly absorbed his void again. I needed to face that part of myself. I'll see you back in Camp Aegea. We have work to do. So it's literally confronting your own inner demons. In a very physically manifest sort of way. We helped. And you can see he's not, there isn't the void floating around his throat and shoulders anymore.
Hail, friend.
I thought I could spare myself this pain by pushing it down. You barely even know me, but you've already done so much for me, thank you.
I choose freedom. I choose the void.
Unchecked emotions. Ren and I learn early to check our emotions, that by controlling ourselves we can control the void. Otherwise, our unsuppressed feelings can lead us to ruin. But I felt just now the powers of facing my feelings head on. Maybe I could have done it on my own, but the tea and your aid made it easier. We should share Hieron's recipe with the others. I'll retrieve the kettle you brewed.
We decide our fate.
The others are gathered at the Howling Ridge, right? I'll meet you there. That would be the other Void Elves who survived only by the dint of Hieron's sacrifice. See, I was not planning when I started stream to make this the stream full of feelings, but apparently that's just the direction that the side quests have decided we're going. So what we'll do is we will end up leaving the Voidspire raid for Sunday. And I'll map out in Discord how we're approaching it. Magister Umbric says Terminus was defeated, but Obscurion Citadel remains overrun. You won't be safe, Astra. Riftblade Astra says, I have to see where it happened. And he's got the magic teapot.
Stay on your toes.
I was never the best at magic, but my cantrips can at least keep tea warm.
This is my path.
The town inside me. I can't say that drinking the tea was a pleasant experience, but it helps. I want the others to experience that too. That Hieron left us with a gift like this is so him. He was always doing little things like that for the others, for me. Share the tea with the others, then join me at Obscurion Citadel. I know better than to be alone in a place like that. So we're going to share it with Umbric, Maella, and Sideras, who are all grieving Hieron's loss.
Let them witness us.
Astra says it helps, but it takes a fight. Try it, you'll see. And leaves. Nope, he doesn't leave. I saw someone else run past. That's fine.
Baladash Malanore.
Medicinal tea, is it? I'm like, that's a way to phrase it. Serve Hieron's tea.
Do not bend to the whispers.
Shade of doubt. Ah, hello again. No, I fought with this one more than enough. I have accepted that those I led to Telegress faced consequences. So long as I live, I will take responsibility for our people. Riftblade Astra says, we all have things to make right. I'll meet you at Obscurion, Aegea. The fact that Umbric's Shade just kind of did a bow, because clearly the two of them have fought before in probably less physically manifest ways. Alright, so we're looking for Maella and Sideras, who were the two who survived.
At your word.
Serve Hieron's tea.
Step light, strike hard.
Ghostflower? Interesting. How bad could it be? What the? Shade of Loss says so many dead for what? You should join them, and picks a fight with me. The Amani, the Scourge, the Burning Legion. I've buried so many of my comrades. But we have to fight. So long as we're standing, those sacrifices were not in vain. The tea helped me remember that. Thank you. Oh, now we have something to
Time
say.
to move.
Alright, his text
Protect what you
has
can.
not changed. Let's look for Maella.
I didn't seek this life.
I can't say I feel especially comfortable in the lair of a domanaar, but our training must continue. Serve Hieron's tea.
I do my duty.
I've been a test subject for worse. You are ruined. You are void. She says, I know what you are. I have tried and failed to let you go. And that was the shade of regret. Maella says, but I know that I'm with my people. They have my back and I have theirs. So again, clearly something she's confronted before. She did not have the same casual response to it that Umbric did. But she's also younger and less experienced than Umbric is. She still did better than Sideras. Alright, now we go find Astra within Obscurion Citadel. See, normally we go really high up in the air, but we know that there is that weird, like, one-shot thing keeping an eye on us nonsense going on. So we will thread the needle. And so this is where he died, and this is an interesting effect. I don't know what that is. You came up and he says, if I hadn't fallen behind, maybe I could have... No, I can't change that now.
Hail, friend.
So this is where it happened. I came here simply to mourn, but there's something else.
We decide our fate.
Familiar energies.
This is my path.
I know that Hieron died here, but I feel echoes of someone else, of a great clash, where void met void. Hieron must have crossed blades with someone, something else, something that's still out there. Scry void rifts with Riftblade Astre and Obscurion Citadel.
Let them witness us.
Retaking control.
Stay on your toes.
You really brought trash in here, son. This world is violent and dangerous, but it has an order to things. After you and the others took down the domanaar that ran the Citadel and its arena, the food chain must have fallen to disarray. Harrowers swarm the skies and darken the horizon. I worry they'll seek new hunting grounds closer to our settlements if they aren't dealt with. Point them out for me and I'll use my grappling hook to pull them to the ground. Hieron's survival gear proves its use when we need it, as always.
I choose freedom. I choose the void.
Running amok.
Hail, friend.
I've heard from the other scouts about that metal, the Shadow Graft. The Domanaar use it to enforce their control over others. I have to imagine that there's someone holding the reins still. Maybe it's Xalatath, or maybe someone else. Gather pieces of their Shadow Graft and maybe we can make sense of who.
Let them witness us.
So first, he wanted to inspect the echo of a last stand. It's like a burning desire for revenge. This isn't Hieron's emotion. It's too cruel, too hateful. There's a trail. Something's still out there. Let's go. This energy is overwhelming. I'm not like Umbric. I won't be able to keep this up. Let's mount up. It's moving faster this time. Riftblade Maella shows up. You two didn't think we'd let you do this alone, did you? Whatever it is, it's this way. Riftwalker Sideras says these rifts, they're like wounds and they feel oddly familiar. This way. We continue to follow the trail. This is the work of a domanaar. Hieron wounded it, but it must have taken something from him. Magister Umbric shows up too. Wait, I sense Silvermoon. Look, down below. Notatus the Rift Scarred. Who is that scrabbling about on the ridge? You won't delay my revenge.
The shadows serve us.
That domanaar is trying to open a portal to Silvermoon. How is this possible? And it was probably offended that a mortal dared scar him, hurt him at all, and thus will take his vengeance to his home city. Silvermoon was the home city of the Blood Elves, and the Void Elves are from the Blood Elves, so, not entirely accurate, but casting with a wide net.
Be open to possibilities.
Okay, so I feel like the next stage requires that we do the other parts of this, but it's also 9:52, and I'm not sure how much longer we're going to go for. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to get to the end of this chain. But if we don't, I'm not going to sweat it. And we will pick back up on Sunday because Wednesday and Friday is Diablo 4. Let's try. Alright, so we want to hunt Harrowers, Siphoids, and pick up Latent Shadowgraft. So much going on. Alright, we'll start with this. Let's clear the floor a little bit.
I require a target.
Oh, I gotta target them? I thought you were just gonna hit whatever was closest. An invalid target. Oh, no, you are a Harrower. Am I not in the right zone for the Harrowers? Fine. We'll rekey. We'll change our aim. So big, I didn't realize I was out of range. Like, why isn't my thing hitting it? It wasn't. It was failing. Failing to do so. Almost bit off more than I could chew. That's fine. I'm gonna eat the food, get my health back up. The important thing is we did it. Anything else skinnable under there? No. That was 4 right away.
I need to target something first.
Much more likely, much more our pace. That's fine. Latent Shadowgraft. Oh, that didn't work. It did work. We're gonna ignore y'all for now. No, not going We're looking for flying friends that are not clustered.
Too far away.
Oh, you were right overhead. I'm like, where is this friend? I'm like, what is this shadow? No, it's literally overhead. Okay, we need one more flying friend, and then the rest can just be anybody.
I'm out of range.
This is my path.
The retaking control was him firing that particular grappling hook. Perhaps a new class of beasts will grow strong without these flying monsters to hunt them. Let's hope they threaten the domanaar instead of us.
We decide our fate.
We still need latent shadowgraft. We'll get those from a lot more than just the flying friends. So let's tackle this way.
I must get closer. target.
13 out of 15. Chipping away.
Stay on your toes.
Have you gathered enough for us to study?
This is my path.
There are multiple styles of shadowgraphs in the samples you collected. It seems like there are multiple domanaar vying for control of the power vacuum left here in Obscurion. Zalatath must not be in command here. We'll take care of this one foe and let the rest of the domanaar fight amongst themselves.
I choose freedom. I choose the void.
Stronger than before. Notatus the Rift Scarred. A domanaar scarred in a confrontation with Hieron, Silvermoon won't be safe until it's dead. That must be the monster that killed Hieron. It's tearing open a back door for the Void's horses to pour into Silvermoon. This damn city, I'm not doing this for them. Signal Umbric, let's do this together.
Let them witness us.
Alright, let's see where we're supposed to go signal Umbric. There. And this is where we were, because we beelined straight for the answer and saw this man threatening the city.
Greetings, traveler.
Magister Umbric says that domanaar must have stolen Hieron's spell focus. Somehow that was enough for it to scry into Silvermoon. We must act. And you say, Astre and I will take care of the domanaar. You three close the portal.
Shadows watch over you.
Silvermoon depends on us together. And he gave us a slow fall, but we have flying, so we're just gonna, like, hop down. You could not save him. His city falls next. Absolutely not. Fuck you. Filthy animals, is what he says. And Magister Umbric says, the rift is sealed. Obscurion Citadel threatens Silvermoon no more. Blade Astra says, we could have only done this together. Let's get back to the Howling Ridge. And we head back. So I think this has a nice touch of vengeance. This was good. This was solid. We're not gonna get our friend back, but Silvermoon is safe and everyone's avenged.
We embrace power. We do not fear it.
Riftblade Astra says, a violent alien world can be home so long as it's got the right people. I got mine right here.
Hail, friend.
To be changed. There is one unresolved matter. Astra reaches into their pocket and reveals the worn letter you had unpackaged alongside Hieron's journal. They run their fingers over it with a pensive expression. Hieron wanted her to have it. She should know what happened to him. This is on me. Silvermoon again. Guess I'll see you when I'm back, Aegea. Speak to Umbric about meeting with Astra in Silvermoon City. And we get to choose jewelry. Thief's Ring of Remembrance or Sindorai Magister's Keepsake.
I choose freedom. I choose the void.
I won't be long. I'm not welcome there anyway.
I have much to teach you.
Umbric says, I've had my share of verbal spars in Silvermoon, but I believe it's better that we maintain civility with our Cinderai brethren. That is not a belief that Astre shares. I have some concerns with them going to Silvermoon alone, and you ask, can I help?
Do not bend to the whispers.
Yes, watch after Astre and Silvermoon. Make sure they don't start a fight, for their sake and mine. Ramath gives me enough grief as it is. Alright, so normally I just Hearthstone back. What we're going to do is we're going to teleport, because I don't know if the portal is going to be close to where they will be. It's a very long loading screen. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, don't disconnect now. It's fine. Go find this man. So the question becomes, who is this lady to him? Sedona Duskspire says, what, come to commiserate? Did he abandon you too? Riftblade Astra says, Hieron is gone, Sedona. We were sent into the Voidstorm. The mission was... It doesn't matter. He died protecting his people. Sedona says, Light, I'm so sorry, Astra. Do you want to come inside? We can talk.
Stay on your toes.
I only came here to deliver the letter, but maybe there are some things that need to be said. You don't need to stick around for this if you'd rather not. It might get personal. I'll be okay either way, I promise. And your choices are, I'll join you. I'll wait outside. What's going on here? We're gonna ask the last one first. What's going on? The letter you found with Hieron's belongings was addressed to Sedona Duskspire. She is Hieron's ex-wife. They separated a few years ago when Hieron became Rendorai. Words like betrayal were used. Hieron still loved her even though they could no longer be together. Astra looks towards Sedona, failing to hide their bitterness. And I noticed that they've only been using they-them pronouns for this person, and I love that, actually. Exile from Silvermoon complicates matters for many of us. Estates and heirlooms confiscated, families torn apart. This was their choice, not ours, and you ask, why did Hieron become a Void Elf? For many Void Elves like Hieron, it was not exactly by choice. Those who followed Umbric were transformed unintentionally by a relic within Telegrass Rift. There was no going back. The vast majority embraced the change and the power of the Void. Others, like me, joined Umbric's followers later. My life before then had been planned for me. I hated it. So I found comfort in a path that I decided for myself and purpose in pursuit of Void Mastery. I went to Telegrass and transformed myself. I became Rendorai by choice. The Void embodies potential and change. It is dangerous, as a weapon should be. I'll join you.
We decide our fate.
Sedona, this is Aegea. Do you mind if she joins us? Sedona says you were both in the storm. Please, come in. Astra says she also has something from Hieron. You still have plenty of tea leaves, right, Aegea? Are we gonna make her this tea? Ghostflower Tea brewed. I don't know how it's gonna affect a blood elf, y'all. Sedona says, smells like bitter medicine. A little citrus from Eversong might balance it out. Astra says, back in the Voidstorm, the tea manifested shades of our negative emotions, but it helps. Sedona says, the Void's allure, power at a cost. Costs be damned, right? The Sunwell renewed, our mana addiction cured. Was what our people fought for really not enough? Astra says, the light exacts its own toll. The rigid order, it's stifling, constraining. We're just not the same. Sedona says, he said the same thing. I try to make my peace with it, I just can't. Knife borrowed. It's a very pretty knife. I guess we're gonna add citrus. Sunfruit wedge sliced. It's a nectarine, y'all. That's not an orange. How's this citrus? Sweet and acidic. That's fine. Sunfruit added to the Ghostflower Tea. Astre says, try the tea. It can help. Care to try too, Asia? You brewed it after all. A cup of Ghostflower Tea with sunfruit. Imagine your greatest struggle and drink. Your choices are regrets, change, being alone, fear, losing control, nothing. I have mastered my emotions. Don't drink. I don't think it shows trust if we don't drink. Let's go with losing control. She says, it's good, refined, takes me back. Astra says, the sunfruit mellows it out. Good idea, Sedona. We share excellent taste after all. Sedona and Astra both laugh. Yeah. That's cute, actually.
Hail, friend.
Riftblade Astra says, at least I'm not visiting my parents. The concept of Astra being either agender or transgender is growing stronger for me, and I love this, actually.
This is my path.
I'm glad I went through with this. Thanks for coming with me. Let's get back to the others in the Voidstorm. So we'll take the Sindorai Magister's keepsake.
I choose freedom. I choose the void.
We'll give you some space to read Hieron's letter, Sedona. Sedona says it can wait. Stay. I'd like to enjoy the tea a little longer if you don't mind. Did he also wake you to thistle tea? Astra says, ha, the leaves were so hard to come by in Telegress, and thistle tea is something rogues get. It's how you rebuild your spendable. Astra says, thanks for everything, Agia. I'll see you back at the Howling Ridge tomorrow. Astra and Sedona carry on the conversation lost in their shared reveries, and the achievement is to be changed. Only you can perceive this part of you. What will you say to yourself? And so we chose the fear of losing control. So your choices are, it's going to be okay. I know you can do it. You have a lot more work to do. I have to do better. We've failed, but we have to keep going. You're doing amazing. Keep it up. How's it going? Damn, I look good. Give yourself a nod. You know, the Final Fantasy XIV Warrior of Light version of an answer. We're gonna say it's gonna be okay. And we both bow to each other. That's very cute, actually. Acceptance. Recently confronted emotions head on. An hour. Doesn't really give us a buff, per se. But yeah, that was very cute, actually.